and today we are going to talk about the best SARMs for strength. Now, this is my list. As I've said in my other videos on my list, you may agree, you may disagree, and that is completely fine. I've been doing this several years now, and this is what I have observed over all this time about what would be the best for strength. Now, there's a lot of these where I'm ranking these 1 to 5, but they could easily be inverted, and because these are really close in terms of their, what they provide for strength. And like I said, I'm going to rank these in order top to 5, but what's separating them is just very minor little things. And you could easily alternate these, but these 5 are going to be totally legit for gaining strength. All right, so I'm going to start at number 5, and we're going to go with RAD 140. Now, RAD, like I said, this could easily be ranked number 3 on somebody's list, and that's fine. I don't see it being 1 or 2 in any way, shape, or form, but I could see it at 5, 4, or 3. And I do appreciate those arguments, but I have it ranked at 5 on my list. And you can still gain a great amount of strength on this. And let me just say this, for MK2866 that is left off my list is also excellent for strength, but it just wasn't quite there. That would be one of the most versatile though, so don't get me wrong there. But you're going to notice with RAD 140, you're going to be able to lean out more on it. You're going to be able to get a lot of strength on it. It was originally said to be suitable as a replacement for TRT for test. Not the case at all. But mind you, it is going to have some similarities on what it can do, and the strength on it is definitely noticeable. I just don't find it to be as drastic as some of the other things that I'm going to speak about and talk about, but it is right there, up there on the list. Now, 3 and 4, I think I'm going to get a little bit of argument back to why I have 3 where it is, but you're going to have to trust me on this. So number 4, I'm going with LGD 4033. We know LGD has always been at the very top on the SARMs atmosphere for bulking and size, and generally when you're doing something that's going to add bulk and size, it's going to add a lot of strength. Think about your D-ball, your anadrol, all of these compounds that are going to add size. Well, obviously they got to add strength. It's hard to add size without adding strength. So that's why LGD is there on my top 5. Being that it's one of the best for bulking, it's definitely great for strength. But I'm telling you right now, and this number 3 was always at the top of my list until the newer SARMs like YK11 and S23 came around, but S4. I know S4 is not the big bulker like some of these other ones, and it's not going to add as much size as the other ones, but I promise you that S4, when it comes to strength, if you have quality S4, and especially if you're able to overcome some of the vision side effects and take it higher up in that, 75 to 100 milligram range, oh shit. You will notice the strength, I promise you. And I easily have S4 at number 3 here, even over LGD and RAD, absolutely. Trust me, this one right here is overlooked on its capabilities for strength. I promise you that if you run it and you're able to run it higher and you have the quality, you will find it to be better than LGD and RAD when it comes to strength. Number 2, YK11. Anybody that's used YK11, you know damn well the strength that you're getting from it. It's a myostatin inhibitor, I understand that, but the strength, the lean muscle, everything that you can get from it recomposition-wise, top of my list, right at the top of my list. It's hard to not put it number 1, but number 1 is S23. Now, look, we know, anybody that understands and knows SARMs, S23 should really be categorized as a steroid. It's stronger than certain steroids, and it was designed to be that way. Now, I wouldn't say it's stronger than most steroids, but something like Anavar, you could definitely argue that it's stronger than, especially with the side effects that you're getting from it. S23 is going to add the most strength of any SARM. I don't really get into LGD 3033 and not a fan of it. There's a lot of things I don't trust about it, so it's not even near my list. S23 definitely is on my list. Now, LGD 4033 is the one that we covered already. But S23, it's going to be the closest thing to a steroid you can get with SARMs. It's definitely going to add the most strength. Chances are, over the long run, it's going to add the most size as well. But it's also going to have a greater amount of side effects, so keep that in mind. All right? Just because I'm telling you it's great for strength, and trust me when I tell you it is damn good for strength, doesn't mean it's the safest either. Generally, more often than not, the stronger the compound, the more side effects they're going to have. Think about trenbolone, for example. Very, very, very strong compound, a lot more side effects. Halotestin, very strong compound, a lot more side effects. That's just general, and you got to expect that. Superdrol, things like this. You got to expect that. So with SARMs, I'm telling you S23 may be the strongest SARM, but it's also going to have the strongest amount of side effects. That's just how it is, and they go hand in hand. So those are my best SARMs for strength. Hopefully this helped you. Use it for entertainment if you don't agree with it, whatever. Just know that this is my list and this is what I've observed over all this time, and this is through feedback as well, not just personal use. So that being said, please subscribe to the channel. We got to get this thing built back